What is up, everyone? Sigs here, and welcome to a look at a Bloomburrow collector booster box. So there'll be timestamps in the description if you want to jump around this video at all, but basically we're just going to go through and do like a standard pack opening. I will go a little bit slower on the very first pack to show you what can be in each slot, and I will also probably put the prices on screen for any card that is worth more than about $1, and do a little price recap at the end as well. Now, I realize that this is kind of an exercise in futility, as these are essentially pre-sale prices. Today is July 30th, and this set technically doesn't release until August 2nd, so take it all with a grain of salt. You know, these prices are pre-sale prices. They're not going to be accurate for very long, but I just think it's fun to take a look at the little snapshot in time and kind of see where the value of these cards sit, at least at today's date, even knowing that they are going to change very much quite quickly. But anyway, you do get 12 collector's boosters in here, so just going to double check. There's 3, another 3 is 6, and 6 more is 12. So I'll show you the pack here, the pack art, and what is on the pack, and then we'll go through and I'll let you know what can be in each slot. Usually I wouldn't like a set like this that is quite so cutesy, let's say. But it reminds me a lot of the, well, these are really tough to open. Interesting. Anyway, it reminds me of the Redwall series of books by the author Brian Jakes, which I read as a young lad, and I really enjoyed. If I'm being honest, this set kind of seems like a blatant ripoff of those books. You know, the hares are the soldiers, and the mice are kind of like the humans, the otters are the rogues. If you know anything about those books, this set is almost as if they had made those books into a Magic the Gathering set. So I'm very interested to look at the cards for that reason. So we'll go through. Interesting, the tokens on the front, usually it's on the back. So we have a foil wall token, which should be a flip double-face token. If I can flip that there into the Intrepid Rabbit, hopefully in focus, in foil, give them all a little wiggle, let you see them there, and then we'll rip through the pack. So first up should just be 5 foil commons. Oh, these in like reverse order? Okay, that's interesting. All right, so already learning as we go here. I have not seen any pack openings of this yet, so I wasn't sure exactly what to expect, and I don't have all the prices memorized or anything, but I do know what some of the bigger hits are, so hopefully I can let you know what those are as we go through, and if not, when I come back in the edit, you will see the prices on screen. But we do have a Phineas Ace Archer here. This is the Showcase Woodland frame in foil. So there you go. Now, if we're going in reverse order here, this is probably going to be 2 non-foil alternate border rare or mythics next. So, yes, okay. There we go. That is Hugs Grizzly Guardian. That is a mythic non-foil, mythic rare in the Showcase Woodland frame. And it should be another card just like this next. There we go. Sunspire Lynx. So again, this slot here at the back, well, at the front instead of at the back, is 2 non-foil alternate borders. So this one was the Showcase Woodland, and this is the borderless field note style, I believe. God, not even in focus because I'm reading my notes. I'm just so thrown by this whole pack order. I'm already rambling and messing this up, and this is an awful video. But anyway, next up should be a just regular foil, rare or mythic. Let's see. No, that is a Commander card. I'm already confused as hell. Anyway, it's a Prosperous Bandit. That is from the Commander set. Rare, extended art, which are only in the collector's packs, not in play boosters. And then next, okay, that's our regular rare. Foil. Fountain Port in this case. There you go. Then I guess a land, maybe? Yes. Okay, so there's the lands. I'm really intrigued by the lands in this set. So obviously 5 basic lands, and they can all be in full art, but there are 4 of each. So there's a spring 40% of the time, a summer 30% of the time, an autumn 20% of the time, and a winter 10% of the time. So this looks like probably summer if I had to guess. The spring ones usually have a lot more flowers. So I'm pretty sure that is a summer plains full art, which 30% of the plains full arts are going to be, and they're going to be foil in collector's boosters. They can also be foil in play boosters, although not as often. Now it should just be the uncommons. Yep, stocking the pantry for our first uncommon. Plum Creed Mentor for our next uncommon. Should be 2 more. So we get a Bright Blade Stoat right there, and a Thought Stalker Warlock. Now, it should just be 5 commons, 3 Tree Mascot for our first, 3 Tree Root Weaver for our second, Early Winter, Might of the Meek, foil common, and Thistledown Players. There you go. Okay, so this is a disaster already because my entire train of thought was just ruined by being thrown off by this. So they're in reverse order, but you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commons first, and then 4 uncommons, which I don't love about, collectors boosters for sets like this when it's just so many commons and uncommons in foil. They're worth absolutely nothing. The vast majority of the time, they curl, people don't want them, they're worth less in foil. It's just junk. It's 9 slots from these packs that are just junk, essentially. But then you do get into your cool stuff back here. So, again, the full art land, which could be, one of the 5 basic land types in full art in one of 4 styles each in varying rarities, which is kind of cool in foil. Then a regular rare or mythic in foil, in this case Fountain Port. And then I'm not sure what this slot is here, because this is a Commander extended art card, which that's not showing on the pack breakdown here. So we'll have to see if that continues into the other packs. But then it is 2 special framed non-foil cards right there. So in this case, a Showcase Woodland and a Borderless Field Note, and then 1 foil special framed card, or this is like the crazy slot that could have all kinds of crazy stuff in it. I'll put the, somewhere over here, what can be in that last slot, or in this case, basically the first slot on screen. And then your token, your double face token. So the packs are in reverse order for some reason compared to usual collectors products, but there we go. So holy crap, I've been rambling. This is taking way longer than I thought. People just want to see the packs open. They don't want to hear me talk and ramble and whatever. So let's just get going. Go right into the second pack here. And so it's going to be the same thing here. I don't know that I love this. I like the best card being at the back for like the big reveal. I don't know if there's like a pack trick I could do to quickly reshuffle these, but I think we're just going to go with it. And just see what happens. So anyway, double face token first. Food flips into a Paw Patch Recruit. And so it's going to be the craziest card right here. Okay, that's a Valley Rockcaller. I believe that actually has a bit of value. That is in the special art treatment with the foiling there. And then it should be 2 non-foil in some kind of crazy treatment. So Darkstar Augur right there, looking kind of interesting. And then Paw Patch Recruit right there to match our token that we got back there in the extended art rare. Now let's see if it's a commander next. It is, so that's, I guess, going to be in every pack, this time Thickest in the Thicket. Interesting there. Then it should be our rare. Yep. Dower, I believe is that word. Port Mage in foil for our rare. There you go. Then what, our land? Yeah, so you can see this one's winter, clearly. There's like snow on the island, and then you can get this same artwork, basically the same picture, but instead of snow, there'll be, flowers, or it'll be summer, it'll be autumn, whatever. So kind of interesting, a lot of different lands to collect if you are into that. And then we'll just rip through the back of the packs here with the uncommons, 1 and 2, right there in foil, giving it a little shake. Gossip's Talent from the talent cycle in this set. Starforged Sword, kind of cool. And then 5 commons, so Pawn Prophet. Can pause and read the card if you would like. The Tempest Angler looking pretty cool in foil, actually, with that split card frame. Alania's Pathmaker. And a Carrot Cake. Literally just a Carrot Cake in foil, common. There you go. Okay, so I'll try to rip through quicker here for the rest of these. Again, I kind of know what the biggest hits are that we would be looking for, and other than that, I'm not too up and up on all the prices and stuff. Doesn't seem like there's a ton of value in this set. I know the Japanese raised foil cards are worth a ton, so if we hit one of those, we're pretty much golden. If not, I don't know how much value we're going to find. And I haven't had a chance to play this set yet either, so don't really know exactly what the good playable cards are either, but it's just fun to look at the cards. Again, they remind me of those old Redwall books, so that's pretty cool to me. But let's see our crazy card for this pack. Okay, Hearthborn Battler, rare extended art foil. Don't think it has a ton of value, but pretty cool. And then Kidnap. Okay, so that is one of the collector's booster box only, or collector's pack only, excuse me, extended art cards that you can get. Pretty cool. And there's that Dowerport Mage again with the frame. I assume this is still the Showcase Woodland frame. It just looks a little bit different based on the color of the card, I believe. So that's pretty cool. And then our Commander, whoa. So this time it's in foil, and it is a mythic rare extended art, Wild Seer, Scouring Maw. Wow, pretty cool card. That's cool to see. Then our regular rare, Alania, Divergent Storm, Otter Wizard, in foil. And our land, in this case a swamp. God, I'm going to have such a hard time surmising which is which, but I think, what is that? Summer? Spring? Autumn? Who knows? Definitely not winter. There's no snow. But anyway, we'll rip through the back half of the pack here. Hunter's Talent, Reptilian Recruiter, into the Flood Maw, Builder's Talent. There's a whole cycle, 10 cards, I believe, of this talent set. Bumbleflower Sharepot. Actually, there's only, there's 10 talents, 5 rare, 5 uncommon for the cycle in this set. Treetop Sentries, common. Veteran Guard Mouse, common. And Mind Spiral, common. And, oh, one more. Dire Sight, common. There you go. All right, so, yeah, I really don't like that the packs are in reverse order. I like that big reveal at the end, but I know a lot of people really just want to see those big hits and don't really care about the commons or uncommons. So, in that regard, it's probably easy to just skip to my timestamps, go right to the pack, see the big hits, and then move on to the next pack. So, if that's what you're into, hopefully you can do that. Another Paw Patch Recruit token. And then, yeah, I got to remember it's like the big card first. So what do we got? Oh, nice. So Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni. This is a reprint with a brand new artwork in a borderless style in foil from the Commander set in rare. I know the original Ink Eyes card is worth quite a lot. I think this one has some value too. Cool new artwork, paying tribute to the original card. A lot of rat cards fit in with this set, so very cool to see. And then our non-foils, Festival of Embers in the Woodland frame rare, and Fecund Green Shell with the extended art, non-foil. Cool to see. And our Commander, yes, sort of the Squeak. Wow, I did not see that in the spoilers. What a pun. Sort of the Meek, but it's Squeak because it's mice. Which again, this set is a little cutesy for my tastes, but you know, that is kind of funny. A lot of great tribal synergy in this set as well, which I love tribal play styles personally, so pretty cool. You could build a hamster deck if you want with that card. Pretty cool. All right, anyway, moving on. Nobody cares what I have to say. Valley Quest Caller, nice. This is, again, speaking of tribal, one of the very good tribal cards in this set, so that is a rare in foil. And then our land, Mountain. There you go. Again, maybe summer, not sure. We'll have to check later. In foil, pretty cool. And we'll rip through the back half here. Peerless Recycling, Seedglaive Mentor, Consumed by Greed, Seasoned Warren Guard, Commons, Catch Grab, Corpseberry Cultivator, kind of a creepy squirrel there, something happened in his life, Psychic Whirl, Kindlespark Duo, one of the 10 duo cards in this set as well, and a Light Shell Duo, speaking of which. So there's a whole cycle of duo cards. I believe there are 10 of them, and they're all common. So there you go. You know what? Again, I don't really know the prices of these cards, like offhand or whatever, but I'm just going to kind of leave out some of what I think are the bigger hits, so we can just do a quick little recap at the end. But we'll keep blitzing through here. This should be pack 4, 5 already. God, I mean, I know collectors packs are usually a little harder to open, but man, these ones are tough. What the hell? God. All right. I swear I'm not that weak. It's just these are really sealed. Okay, so again with our token first, get the bat in the foil. That flips into the rabbit in the foil, and then our big hit. What do we got? Oh, a Gilded Goose. Another reprint there with a new artwork Commander that is borderless in foil. That might have some value. I know Gilded Goose did at one point in time, so that's kind of cool. And then, okay, a Narset, partner avails, excuse me, from Commander. I'm wondering, I think this is one of the Imagine Courageous Critters. There's 20 of them only in collector's packs, and 4 of them that only come in the Commander decks, and they're like existing cards that have been re-artworked to kind of match the theme of this set. I think that's what this is. Oh, it literally says on it, Jesus, Sigs. Yeah, Imagine Critters you can see down there. So it's pretty cool to see one of those. I don't think this has any value, but it's pretty cool to see. And then our other one, For the Common Good in the Woodland frame, kind of reminiscent of the Wilds of Eldraine, I think, the Fairy Tale frame, whatever you called it. In rare, there you go, cool to see. And then our Commander, Communal Brewing, border extended art, there you go. And our land, oh, I forgot about our rare. Foil rare, Valley Might Caller, another tribal card there. And then our land, I get so excited for the lands. I do collect lands, so I want to get one of each of these in foil and non-foil, which you're not going to do from a collector's booster box. You'll have to order them as singles or open a lot of packs to make that happen. But anyway, rip through the rest here. With the Flame Catch Gecko in the uncommon slot, the Mind Whisker, kind of a play on words there, I think. A Downwind Ambusher in foil. Commons, Fountain Port Bell to match our Fountain Port that we got earlier. Another one of the Duo Cycle, the Tree Guard Duo. Another one of the Duo Cycle, the Sky Skipper Duo. Sazakap's Brew. Wow, the foiling looks pretty good on that one if that's getting picked up in the recording. And a Wax Wayne Witness. There you go. So again, I think that Ink Eyes is a pretty good hit. Beyond that, I'm not sure. There are some kind of good like $5 to $8 staple hits so far. Again, pre-release prices, they're going to change. Things that are worth a lot are going to be worth nothing. And things that are worth nothing are going to be worth a lot. So it's almost not even worth looking at it. But just at this point in time, I think it is curious to see. Interesting snail token there. And there are those like big raised foil anime cards that are going to be worth a lot regardless. So let's see if we can get one. It would be in this slot right here. Okay, we botched that pretty bad, huh? Well, anyway, that's awful. There's a Mockingbird in foil with the Showcase Woodland frame, which I believe has some value. And then because I am awful at opening packs, apparently, I saw what was next, which is the Liliana of the Dark Realms. Again, Imagine Critters right there. One of the 20 you can get in the collector's packs. Don't think it has tons of value. Definitely not the best Liliana card here, but they turn her into a critter. It's a mythic rare from the Commander set, technically. Might have a bit of value. So that's 2 of these that we've pulled so far, I believe, which is pretty cool. And then I got something else back here. Another Fountain Port. Okay, so double Fountain Port. This time it is extended art, non-foil. There you go. And that should be what, our Commander? Yes, 20-toed Toad. Say that 20 times fast. And our regular rare foil is another Mockingbird. Interesting redundancy there. So there's the Mockingbird in the Woodland frame. There it is in regular frame, both in foil. Kind of cool. I think that one actually has some value if I'm remembering correctly, but there you go. Another Plains. I probably should have set the lands aside too. We could have compared them all at the end to see the different styles, but I think it's too late for that now. Rip through the rest here. Wear Down common, Wildfire Howl uncommon is what I meant to say. Husk Burster Swarm, Night Fisher, like a Kingfisher but a Night Fisher. Commons, Heaped Harvest, Cindering Cutthroat. I like that guy. He looks pretty cool. And Bonebind Orator. And Pileated Provisioner. That's a word I haven't seen before. One more. Scales of Shade. Wow. Again, that looks really cool in foil. I guess, yeah, some of the foiling in this set's pretty cool. I like when, you know, some of it's matte and the rest is foil, so it kind of pops, like the non-foiled parts kind of stand out. That looks pretty cool. What I am going to do... Oops. I'm going to make a mess. What I am going to do real quick is I'm just going to separate out those lands. I promise I'm not stacking the remaining packs or anything. I'm just going to separate out the full art lands so we can take a quick look at them in the end, and then we'll continue here. Alrighty, so we're back. I did bump these packs a little bit while I was adjusting some cards there. I promise these are the same packs. I didn't do anything to them. They've just been sitting there aside from the fact that I bumped them, but I did pull those lands out just so we can get a look at the end to kind of see the spread of the various full art lands that we got just out of curiosity. And we'll keep ripping through with the last 6 packs here. So an Otter token. Whoops. That flips into a Thornplate Intimidator. Jeez, let's get it in frame and in focus. How about that? And then our crazy slot first. Oh, cool. Eluge the Shoreless Sea in the Field Note style is what this is called, right? Yeah, something like that. Borderless. Yep, Borderless Field Note style. In foil, I believe that one has some value. That's pretty cool to see. Then we're going to go to the rest here. Oh, nice. So this is the card, one of the cards that everyone actually really wants from this set. Again, not like a ton of value, a lot of like 5, 8 kind of dollar hits here and there, but this one has some value. Now, you definitely want it in the Japanese raised foil frame, but this is the borderless frame, and I believe that has some good value, so very happy to pull that. Non-foil, but hey man, a mythic rare and extended art, or borderless rather. Very cool. So that's a good hit, I think. And then next, okay, an Osteomancer Adept, a little Bone Mancer there, squirrel in the woodland frame. Not sure the value on that one, but kind of cool looking. And our commander is a Rolling Hamsphere. I don't even know how to feel about that. Again, this set is just a little too cutesy for me, but that is kind of funny to see. And then our regular rare in foil is the Sunspine Lynx. So we got that in the Field Note style already. This is a foil in the regular frame. And then our land, Plains. Yeah, so you can really see the difference there, and we'll see at the end too when we look at the lands. That one's got to be, I'd assume summer. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's spring, but with everything blooming there, it looks really different than the other one did. So pretty cool. And then we'll go through quickly the rest here. We got Overprotect. Jeez, why is that not in focus? There we go. Uncommon, Overprotect, Tide Caller Mentor, Mouse Trapper, Daring Wave Rider, Commons High Stride, Night Whirl Hermit, Frilled Spark Shooter, funny looking card, Agate Blade Assassin, and lastly, the Intrepid Rabbit that we seem to keep getting the token for. There you go. Okay, so 5 packs left. Couple nice hits so far. These collector's booster boxes do seem to be kind of a little bit cheaper since there's no serialized cards in them compared to like recent collector's booster box sets. So I'm not sure how we're doing as far as making up the value of the box with what we've pulled. And again, that's going to be hard to tell based on pre-release prices anyway, but we will see in the edit how we are doing. And hopefully we're doing all right. There's a Flowerfoot Swordsmaster. You know, these tokens are interesting. You know, a lot of times these double-face tokens are kind of boring, but it seems like the backside has always had kind of an interesting one on it, at least compared to usual tokens. But anyway, let's see the crazy pull here. Okay, Cruel Claws Heist, rare in the woodland frame in foil. And then the non-foils, Baleful Strix. Kind of cool card there. Flying Death Touch, 2 mana for a 1/1 and a decent effect in borderless, non-foil. And then Manifold Mouse. I don't know why I'm shaking it. It's not foil. In the woodland frame. And then our Commander Extended that are only found in collector's boosters, Echoing Assault. And our rare, Phineas, Ace Archer, legendary rabbit there. Pretty cool. And our land. There's the island, again, looking way different because it's the different season than the other island that we pulled. Set that aside real quick, and we'll rip through the uncommons with the Coruscation Mage, I believe is what that says. Wix Patrol, Hop to It, Splash Slasher, into the commons, Polywallop, Waterspout Warden, Warren Elder, Roughshod Duo, and Daggerfang Duo. So a lot of these duo cards, kind of interesting. Again, I haven't played this in any format yet, but I do feel like with all the tribal synergy, this could be a pretty interesting limited format if you could actually draft the correct cards to make your tribal deck. There does seem to be a good amount of synergy between the different tribes. So, wow, that's a really cool token. That's just a beautiful artwork on there. It's just a fish token, nothing crazy, but in the foil especially, cool artwork. I like that a lot, actually. Which again flips into a Tender Wild Guide, which again, as far as tokens go, like this one has like effects and stuff. So not just your typical vanilla token. So that's kind of cool too, I think. Now, our crazy card, come on. Secluded Courtyard. Oh, that's a special guest. Whoa. Okay. So I don't know the value of this, but this might be quite a bit because that is a fairly decent card. Mythic Rare, you can see the special guest symbol there. In borderless, in foil. So this is in 1 in 15.5 collector's packs, you can get a special guest. And 1 in 64 play boosters, you can get a special guest. And I believe they're only foil in collector's boosters. But that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good hit, I think. And then we'll go into our just non-foil cool frame cards. Another Gilded Goose. Not sure where the value on that sits nowadays, but new artwork, new reprint, borderless, kind of cool. And then Scrap Shooter, little raccoon dude, rare in the woodland frame. And then our commander, Evercoat Ursine, little elemental bear there. And then our rare, Valley Floodcaller. Again, more tribal synergy going on there with these cards in foil. And then our land, that's the mountain. That's definitely winter. You can see the snow. That's obviously the easiest one to tell. And then we'll rip through the rest here. Paw Patch Formation, Blooming Blast, Short Bow, Persistent Marsh Stalker, Commons, Hidden Grotto, cool looking, Druid of the Spade, Dazzling Denial. Wow, the foiling on that, it's not quite getting picked up on camera, but the fact that just those little ray lines are foil and the rest isn't, it's really kind of cool looking. Conduct Electricity, and a Sonar Strike. Again, it's not quite getting picked up. The same effect isn't getting picked up on camera, but those rings really pop compared to the rest of it at the right lighting, which looks really cool. Anyway, nobody probably cares about a foil common that's worth literally negative money. But I just like looking at the artwork and think it's pretty cool. So we got 3 packs left. Let's see what we can get here. I'd really like to pull a, what is it called? Tree of the Three Cities or something like that. Again, 4 different artworks on it with the various seasons. So depending on which one you get, it might be worth more or less, but I know that's a good hit. And then obviously a raised foil anime card would be insane. Splash Lasher, again with the cool effect tokens on the back, into our super rare. Okay, just a Thunder Trap Trainer. Just a rare woodland frame in foil. And then our non-foil cool artwork cards. What the heck? So again, another Imagined Critters there. It's Karn, and he is a tree. How about that? I did not see that in the spoiler list. Mythic Rare, kind of cool. Not sure the value on it. That's a good card, though, that sees play in a lot of decks in various formats. So that might be worth something. That's funny, man. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Okay, and then some redundancy there. Thunder Trap Trainer. We got the foil. We got the non-foil right there. Not sure what that's worth, but that's what we get. Then our commander, Steelbird Champion, with the extended art exclusive to the collector's packs. Oh, cool. War and War Leader. Mythic Rare. No special treatment aside from the foiling, but I think that's one that might be worth something. I could be wrong, but that's kind of cool. And then our Swamp in whatever season that is. Rip through the uncommons here. Mudflat Village. Go ahead and pause if you'd like to read what the cards do. Hopefully it's in focus at least long enough for you to do that. See the artwork. Wow, that card looks cool. I like the artwork on that too in the foiling. That's pretty cool. And then the commons. Head of the Homestead. Shore Up. Steam Path Charger. Runaway Together. What is that, a frog or a lizard and an otter absconding together with forbidden love in the marsh or something? Okay, this is a story there, whatever that's about. Okay. Ravine Raider, and that's it. All right, so keep ripping through here. You know, again, interesting set, at least to me. Just reminds me of those books I used to read. The kind of personification of these animals into various archetypes and all that is kind of interesting. God, why are these so hard to open? The, you know, play landscape with the tribal synergy, I think, is pretty cool, too. Again, haven't had a chance to play it myself, but I feel like that could lead to some good interaction. Definitely some, like, cool staple cards for existing tribals as well, especially rats. Some squirrels, nothing too crazy. But, you know, cool cards, interesting artwork on a lot of these. Not quite as cutesy as I thought as we're actually going through here. So actually some pretty cool looking things. And speaking of which, nice. Maha, It Feathers Night. So again, not super cutesy, kind of badass if you ask me. That is the Borderless Field Notes in foil, and it is a mythic rare, and it has some value, that much I know. Very cool card. Cool to see. Let's make sure that's in focus for you to see. That's a good hit, as far as I know, at least at pre-release prices. And then we'll see what else we get back here. Okay, a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Again, Imagine Critters. He is a fox now. Not a huge fan of turning the planeswalkers into animals personally, but still interesting to see. And a Mist Breath Elder. Frog dude there in the woodland frame. And our commander, Tamio, Field Researcher. Again, another Imagine Critters, so we're hitting a lot more of these than I thought we would. She is now a rabbit. That is a mythic rare, borderless. Not sure the value. You know, the planeswalkers that they chose to switch over, not all of them are very good or playable planeswalkers. Some of them are, but again, just interesting take on what they're doing here. Essence Channeler for our rare, regular foil, and the land, the swamp, with whatever season that is. And we'll rip through the rest. Heartfire Hero, Sinister Monolith, Drift Gloom Coyote. Really hope these are in focus. Shoreline Looter, Commons, Uncharted Haven, kind of cool looking artwork there. Bellowing Crier, Whisker Quill Scribe, Rabbit Response, and another duo card, Glade Dive Duo, and that's it. Okay, one pack left here. Let's see what we can get. I think we got some good hits. Again, not sure if it really makes up the value of the box, and we won't really know for sure because of the pre-release prices, but we can at least get maybe an idea. Wow, these are, I don't know why these are so hard to open. I know collector's boosters are usually pretty tough, but these ones in particular, man, they're just super sealed. But you know what? One thing I noticed, speaking of that, look at how flat these cards are. I know this set literally just came out or it hasn't even come out yet, but so often in recent collector sets, I open them and they're already curled. These are nice and flat, so maybe it has something to do with the super airtight packaging going on there. But anyway, I get a squirrel token, which does flip. Now, when did this happen? Let's, there you go, slide that up a little bit. Flips into Starscape Cleric. And come on, last really big hit. What are we going to get? Okay, Coiling Rebirth in the woodland frame. Rare, foil. Don't think that's anything too crazy. And then, okay, another Imagine Critters. Teferi Time Raveler. He is a bird now. Interesting. And an Essence Channeler again, this time in the extended art. There you go. And the commander, Pyreswipe Hawk, into the rare foil. Vren, the Relentless, excuse me, Rat Rogue. And then our land is the forest, the little rabbit. Is that the first forest we've seen? I'm not sure. We'll find out in a second. Okay, and then uncommons, Oak Hollow Village, Teapot Slinger, Repel Calamity, Sugar Coat. Again, another kind of Wilds of Eldraine feeling card there. Another duo, Baker's Bane duo, Life Creed duo, Pearl of Wisdom, Pearls of Lutra. That's one of those Brian Jakes books I was talking about. Crumb and Get It. A lot of puns in this set, too. And a Raccoon Rallier for our very last card of the box. So, all right. I just, cool cards to see, actually. Anytime there's a brand new set, it's just cool to see. I have really no idea of the value of most of these until we come back in the edit and take a look at what the pre-release prices are looking at. But we will take just a quick look here at a couple things before I do that. So here's the lands. Let's see what we got. So swamp, mountain, plains, island, forest, swamp, mountain, island, plains. Yes, we only got one forest. That's the one forest, whatever season that is. And then let's look at the plains. So 1, 2, 3. They're all the same season? No, they're different. So these three here are all the same. Is this even in focus? And then this one's different. So this is what I was talking about. You can see, I guess I don't need to hold all three of them. You can see the difference here. It's like the same scene, but this one has this flowers blooming and there's some more flowers there compared to here. They're kind of wilting. So this one's probably autumn or maybe summer, and this one's maybe spring or summer. Not sure, but God, the glare on that's awful. But you can see they're slightly different looking. So we got 3 of 1, which is kind of a bummer again, with there being basically 20 different artworks. You'd like to get, at least I would, kind of 1 of each, or at, 15 different ones instead of getting duplicates. But same thing with the mountains, same scene. I think this one's probably summer and this one's winter with the snow. So only 2 mountains, islands, 2, 1 winter, 1 summer maybe. Right there, you can see the difference. And then swamps, do we get 3 different ones? Because that would be cool to see. No, these 2 are the same and this one's different. So you can see the difference there. So whatever that works out to in total different artworks, not 15 different artworks of the 20 possible ones. A lot of duplicates, especially with these 3 planes being the same and only getting 1 forest in total. But just in case you were wondering, obviously that's going to vary from from box to box, but kind of interesting. And then I got a whole stack here of things that might be interesting to look at. Again, I don't know what's worth much, but we got our Imagine Critters there. I think there was another one that I missed, but Teferi, Tamio, Jace. This I think has some good value as just a single Karn for another Imagine Critters. We got some Gilded Gooses. Not sure the value on those anymore, but they used to be worth at least a few bucks. We got our special guest. The Secluded Courtyard is a good hit. This is a good hit. The Lumra and the Elemental Fish there. What do you call that? Field Notes, Borderless Field Notes in foil. I think these are all good hits. I think Mockingbird has some value too. We got that in a couple different treatments, so we could see the difference in price between the 2. Another Imagine Critters, a Liliana. I think I remember seeing this had a little value too. I don't remember if the Quest Caller did or the Sword of the Squeak. Again, another Gilded Goose. And then this, the Ink Eyes, I believe was a hit. So like these 5, I believe, are good hits that have some value. And we'll see if the total of that, if I were to sell these as singles, could maybe make up the value of the box and then we could keep the rest for free. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scan all these cards into the Delver Lens app. We'll get a look at the total price of everything and just kind of see where it sits at current pre-release prices and go from there. So I'll be back with that in just a moment. Alrighty, so I am back with a look at the total value of the cards from this box, and we will take a look at a few different market metrics to try to get an idea of the value of the cards that we pulled. Now, I do want to stress once again that these are pre-sale prices, so they are going to change dramatically over the coming days, let alone weeks and months, but I still think it's fun just to get a look at a little snapshot in time and see essentially what you would have had paid to get all of these cards as a single, as opposed to pre-ordering a collector's booster box and opening it for yourself. This is just one example of what you may or may not pull from doing that. So do with that information what you will. This is certainly not meant as financial advice. It is purely for entertainment purposes. Now, with all that being said, we did pay about $239 for this box. They are currently going for right about $250, so we will use that number for our box price. And then what we're looking at here first is the total value of these cards at TCG market pre-sale prices. This is certainly not what I would expect to get from selling all these cards or, what the box is really quote-unquote worth. What it is what I would have to pay if I wanted to buy each and every one of these cards as a single at pre-sale prices. So that comes out to $359.75. So if I did want to buy all of these cards as a single, I don't know why I would want these exact cards and these exact treatments and foil and non-foil and all that kind of stuff. But if I did, I would have had paid $100 more, roughly, than what I paid for this box. So in that regard, we got a good value as far as a random selection of singles goes. No super crazy raised foil anime hits or anything like that, but some good value cards. Obviously, the Lumra going for quite a lot. The Maha was a good hit, and some of these Imagine Courageous Critters cards were going for a lot more than I thought that they were. But I'll just scroll through here, and I'll let you get a look at the price of every single card that we pulled. As you can see, some really nice hits up top. Not sure how those prices are going to hold. And then we get down here to, all of these cards that are worth $1 or less. So all of this is basically bulk. It really has no value as far as selling it goes. because it's just not realistic to try to move every single one of these cards as a single and expect to get, you know, the exact value once you factor in shipping and seller fees. But it is an indication of if I wanted to buy all of these cards as a single currently, what I would have to pay. So we did get more value by opening the box than if we were to buy all of these as singles. Again, I just don't know why you would want all of these as singles. Now down here are the double face tokens, which were pretty cool to see. There's no prices on them, not sure exactly what they're going for or how frequently they move, but if you wanted to look that up and add it into the total value, be my guest. Now again, these prices are going to change a lot. I noticed that most of these foils were worth more as a foil than a non-foil, and I find that that's usually not the case with collectors' products. Once they start getting cracked like crazy, the market just gets flooded with so many foil versions of these commons and uncommons, and they actually end up being worth less than the regular non-foil printing. So again, these prices are way off, but just for pre-sale prices, this is what it comes out to. Now we'll take a look at just a couple other things here. First of all, we're going to take a look at what we just looked at, which is the TCG Player market price for pre-sale. But we're going to set the minimum price to $3 in this case, and take a look at that. So these are all cards right here that I would maybe consider selling as a single, and that comes out to a total of $252.58. So right about the price of the box. Now, these prices are going to change, and if I were to list these, like let's say I listed this Mockingbird for 10 bucks, I may very well get undercut quite heavily before it actually sells once more people start cracking these boxes. Of course, there are other cards that the price may go way up on if it becomes in high demand and a lot of people start buying it. But just looking at right now, if I were to take any card worth $3 or more, so from the communal brewing and up, and list them and sell them as a single and not factor in any seller fees or shipping or anything like that, I could basically break even on this box, which is pretty good. And then I'd be able to keep everything from the Downwind Ambusher and down essentially for free. So again, really good value is what's showing here, but the prices are just going to change, so take it with a grain of salt. We'll look at least one other thing here. So in this case, we're going to set the price source to TCG Player Buylist, and I'm going to do a minimum price of $1. So this is more in line with what you would get from selling these cards to like a local card shop, or in this case to TCG Player. And currently TCG Player is not really buy listing any of these cards because again, the prices are just so volatile at pre-release that I don't really blame them. However, the Lumra is going for $17. They will give you $17 for it. Again, if you wanted to sell it as a single, you'd probably get closer to $40, I would imagine. That card holding its value pretty well, but they would give you 17 bucks for it, so I could trade in that one card for $17, and they're actually not going to give me anything for anything else down here. Now, your local card shop might, and you know, give it a week, and a lot of these cards will have a buy list price, so that would be a much better time to try to see what you would get if you were to just, you know, trade in some of these cards to try to recoup some of your value. But currently, because this is pre-sale, there's really no buy lists on anything else down here. They're just not going to touch it because the price is too volatile. So outside of the Lumra, really not going to get any value unless I do try to go in and sell it as a single directly. But that's pretty much all we're going to look at here. I do usually do a little bit of a deeper dive at the various prices, but again, with these being pre-release prices, it's just not really worth looking at too in depth because it is going to change so much. I just think it's fun to get a little look at if we pulled our value in singles out of any given box or not. So that is going to be all for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I am terribly sorry. I'm really off today and just feel like I didn't do the best job with the opening or presenting any interesting additional information that people might want to see. But, you know, it is always fun to open a new set and see all the cards. I actually really like the flavor of this set more than I thought that I would as we went through the opening. I thought it would just be kind of like cutesy critters and that would be kind of lame just for me personally. But it was actually pretty cool. There's a lot of variety in this set, the different art treatments. I think some are cooler than others, just, you know, based on personal preferences. But, you know, some pretty badass cards in here. Plenty of cutesy things too, if you're into that. But, you know, lots of cool stuff to see. It's always cool to see new cards. A lot of fun playable cards in this set too, which again, I have not had a chance to play it, but I love the tribal elements that are going on. You could build some really cool tribal decks, I think, with these cards. So hopefully you enjoyed, got something out of it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.